Good afternoon, YouTube. This is Melissa coming to you from the wild and wonderful West Virginia. And today I am starting my peppers and tomatoes. I have only been starting my own plants for, this will be my third year. The last 2 years, I started my tomatoes and peppers, in my opinion, much too early. I started them around the beginning of March. So by this time, I had plants, tomato plants, in cups this tall. This year I had written, the last 2 years I've started my seeds too early. And I wrote my last frost date. My last frost date is projected to be April 27th. Today is April 20th, 4/20. Today's also my parents' 39th wedding anniversary. Yeah, pretty awesome. So congrats to them for 39 years. Whew, 39 years with one man or 39 years with one woman. That's a long time. That's a long time. So I have written here that I wanted to put my cool weather crops out around April 1st. I believe I transplanted most of them on April 12th and April 11th. Those were the plants that I started with you in a previous video. The broccoli, cauliflower, rutabaga, Brussels sprouts, beets, things like that. So we will go out and check on those. I also want to show you in one of my last videos, I did an experiment with lily bulbs, gladiolus bulbs, and I planted them in the dirt in pots to get a jump start on things. I don't know if that was wise. Let's take a look. The little baby bulbs that we put in the dirt have grown up, y'all. They are so grown that we're about to have lilies. We're about to have lilies. Yes, we are. They are quite large. In comparison, here is the other pack of bulbs. Here they be. I took these bulbs. They look exactly the same as they did the day that I bought them, and put them in pots of dirt to see what would happen. And that's what we got. So, yeah, I think it worked. Over here are the gladiolus plants. I mean, for the love. Here is one blueberry bush that I have brought out of dormancy. It was a bare root that I got at Lowe's. It is called a blue crop blueberry. And I actually think there were two little roots in there. This raspberry plant is growing quite nicely. It is a brandywine raspberry. So I'm anxious for that. Right here we have another little blueberry plant growing. It is a Jersey blueberry. And then here is the fourth berry bush. It is a Latham raspberry. And then there's just a random calicasia in there because I don't remember why I stuck it in there. But yes. So there's that. I guess if you could grow lilies in your house. Who knew? I didn't know. And the gladiola bulbs, just put them in the ground. For Pete's sakes, they want to fall over anyway. I'm very glad that I went ahead and started the berry bushes. I think that was probably a smart thing to do to get them moving. So back to today. Today I plan to start my tomatoes and peppers. I feel like it's late. I feel like it's a little late in the game, but 6 weeks from today takes me to June 1st. And 100 days, roughly, I believe, takes me to around July 29th. But I think it's better to start them later than have them taxed and stressed out this tall in cups, so we'll see how it goes. So we're just gonna pick one, and I'll kind of show you how I do this in trays. The last video I showed you how to do them in peat pellets. It's really same. So this is a Big Jim hot pepper. We'll do that. And we'll do a Opolka paste tomato. We'll do those in the video. The rest I will do off camera because you don't want to watch me start 3,000 seeds. So what I do first is prepare my soil. By preparing my soil, I take my potting mix or whatever it is that I'm using and I pour boiling hot water on it just to kill some bugs that might be living up in there. And in this particular potting mix, I added peat moss and mosquito bits, and that is to help reduce the risk of fungus gnats. I had an issue with them in the past and it was not fun. And the peat moss is just so that the soil is a little lighter for the seeds. These trays, a lot of mine had been saved throughout the years and they took a beating. I ordered this set off of Amazon. They each have their own little tray for bottom watering. You get the lid, the dome that keeps in the humidity, and you can open it to let airflow in, or you can close it to keep the airflow out, and that really helps with your germination process. So I was happy with this purchase. Kit also came with, you have to stick these on here yourself, came with some name tags, which was nice because I am running out, and some little, some cute little fun planty things. So that's cool. So I already prepared my seed starting mix. I'm just gonna go in. This little mat comes in handy if I remember to pull it out and use it. I also got it off Amazon because it kind of collects all the debris and then you just pick it up and shake it off outside. So once you kind of go through and fill your trays like so, then I just go through and like kind of stick my fingers in there to pack it down. And some are more full than others. And then you just finish filling it up. I hope y'all had a very blessed Easter. It was pretty low key here, but I myself am grateful for the holiday. I am grateful for what the holiday represents. I love me some Jesus. So, and again, I'm just pushing the dirt down in there to pack it in and then filling it back up. When you're planting your seeds, you can oversow them, your little cells. You could put 6 tomato seeds in each compartment, each cell of your tray. And then when they germinate and they're yay tall, take them apart and pot them up. So if you have 6 seedlings in this cell, then you would pot them up into 6 individual containers, and there would be your 6 tomato plants. It's just a way to save space when you're seed starting. Now, what I have had friends say to me is they do that, they have great germination, they pot everything up, and then boom, they don't have room. So you have to keep that in mind. You have to keep in mind that if you start 50 tomato plants, but then when you pot them up and you have 50 cups or containers, you have to have space for that. The reason I tell you that is because I went seed crazy. I had, Lord, tomato plants, pepper plants, flowers, this, that, and I didn't have anywhere to put them. I was like, what do I do with all of this? So keep that in mind. Okay, yeah, these little cells are cute, but they don't stay in there. They grow up. You know, it goes from when you're folding your kids' laundry and all their little onesies are like this big, and then, you know, they grow up and they're in t-shirts this big, you know, same. So really, this is the same principle as before. For the most part, I try to put one in each corner because I will probably separate them. Tiny little seed. I'm going to put 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 3 in there. 5, 6, 7, 8. I might as well do these 2 rows, right? So, see, already there, boom. I've got like 12. If those all germinate, I'll have 12 tomato plants. But I'll give some away. Or I'll plant them all. You never know. Things don't always work out the way we think they're going to. And then you just lightly cover them up with some soil. And you're gonna want to spray them in. I didn't bring my spray bottle over here, but, and you wanna label them. This is an okay, so basically this tray is gonna be tomatoes. I can then add more varieties in these 2 rows. This now we'll do some kind of pepper over here. We're just gonna fluff up the soil, get our seeds, put 1 or 2 or however many you want. If you want to over sow them, that's fine, in each cell, and then lightly cover them up with soil. Usually they say like 1/4 of an inch or so. Bigger seeds, maybe 1/2 of an inch. We're gonna create our label so we know what we planted. And then we'll just water the seeds in so we have good soil contact, and you know, it's just what you do. You'll water the plants. Put the cover on, hold in the humidity. So I'm gonna go through and list all of the different tomatoes and peppers that I plan on trying to grow this year. I will show you guys all the different seed varieties that I will be growing. Hopefully we will learn together what does good and what doesn't. The other things that we planted that day together were beets and some brassicas. I don't have an update of what they looked like, but I did go ahead and transplant those out in the garden about a week ago. And we've had some bad weather. We've had snow, we've had rain, it's been cold. So let's go out and see how those plants look. I'm out here in the garden. I really wish I had grabbed some sunglasses because I just can't hold my eyes open very well. I already kind of walked around. Doesn't look like much is going on. And even though we've had a lot of rain, the soil is dry. So I'm going to have to water this stuff. Are the little broccoli, broccoli, cauliflower, and I think through the middle is rutabaga, and that is exactly why you need a garden marker. I couldn't find my garden marker. Sharpies do not work. It comes off and you can't tell what you wrote. In that bed there were cauliflower, 4 broccoli, and 4 rutabaga. And then I had a little extra of something and I stuck it in that pot. In both of these long beds on the sides of the cattle panel trellis, I put peas. Nothing is happening and the soil looks dry. I already have the hose out here, so I'll give everything a good drink. And these 3 new beds, there are the beets that we started from seed that have been transplanted out. And I did direct sow several. And those are onions. We'll see. We'll see how they do. So the beets, I mean, these ones look okay, but again, the soil's dry. Over here in this middle one, those were avalanche beets, a white beet right through there. And again, I direct sowed some more in that area over here. Here, I put some lettuce and things, which actually there are baby sprouties. Hello, baby sprouties. Look at you, little babies. Little baby lettuces. Precious. And that bed is a few different varieties of cabbage. There's a Chinese cabbage, a round flat cabbage, and I don't know, some other kind. And then over here are Sylvia hybrid Brussels sprout plants. They're supposed to be a more compact plant. This is a lovely bed of weeds. I'm really good at growing those. There are some more. I guess I'm gonna go get the hose and water this stuff. But I wanted you to see how small the plants were when I transplanted them out there, and they don't look like they've been bothered at all by the cold, really. They look fine, so that's a plus. Reed, what is that? What is it? What is it? Oh my goodness. My dog loves the hose, so watch this. What? Where is it? Thank you all so much for hanging out with me today. I hope maybe you learned a little something. Here are the varieties of peppers, both sweet and hot, and tomatoes, beefsteaks and canning tomatoes, ground cherries, cherry tomatoes, and I also did some eggplant and basil. I am using a heat mat under the tomatoes and peppers because the heat does help aid in germination. I hope y'all are having a great day. If you're not, get some sleep, go for a walk, do something you like, and most likely it will get better.